listening to Spiritual Insights with the King's Disciple, bringing to you profound biblical teachings only on The Pulse Radio, Thursday nights, 7:30 to 8. Stay tuned.
Like an RV, your spirit with me, you cannot harm me. I'll be speaking that gospel to the day I decease. Yeah, better the beast. Victory sweet when I sit at his feet. Victory sweet with the king in his feet. Look at the teeth when they coming to steal. Look at my people, we keeping it real. Won't go back, that's hell in the deal. Get it, boy? Hell in the deal. You selling your soul? Hell in the deal. Yeah. Are you giving advice? Are you talking the price? Are you talking about life? Well, I gave you the Christ. Don't talk to me once. Don't talk to me twice. Don't be taking me light.
Hello. You are tuning in to Spiritual Insights with yours truly, Renee Reborn, a.k.a. The King's Disciple. You're listening to The Pulse Radio. Shouts out to my brother, Boy Gospel, DJ Tiny Mike, Kenneth Asbill, Pulse Radio leaders, all the sponsors, all the listeners. Love you guys. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to be on air, with this show. You know what I'm saying? We got a wonderful show tonight, this Thursday evening. Powerful artist. Just to give you a little explanation before we start the interview. I heard his tracks a while ago. You know what I'm saying? I heard one of his tracks, hardcore track, straight up for the streets. Reaching out to the lost, Pushing That. He has a powerful single called Pushing That. And recently I heard a song called We Right Here. Powerful tracks, man. I really dig his style. I want to introduce to you guys Christian hip-hop artist, brother SYD. He's up in the building in Spiritual Insights.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, brother? What's going on?
What's good? I'm good, man. I'm here. Glad to be a part of what y'all got going here. I'm out here in Florida right now for the people who don't know, so it's kind of sunny.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm out here, so I'm here.
It's starting to get cold in the wintertime right now, or in the fall right now, kind of?
No, we don't know the meaning of cold over here. We still got flip-flops on over here.
Man.
If it gets too cold, you might see flip-flops and socks. That's what we're known for. Flip-flops.
Oh, all right. all right.
And that's
cool.
Probably around like when it's 70 degrees. Us Floridians, we don't like the cold that much. So.
Oh, okay. So you grew up over there or what?
No, I'm originally from the Virgin Islands. From St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. So Florida is like my second home. I moved here when I was about 8 to 9. So you can call me a reborn Floridian. So.
Whoa. So just before we get into it, Virgin Islands is near Jamaica?
You're way off. No.
Where? I don't.
No.
Geography's not my strong point.
I see. No, it's right by Puerto Rico. I got Puerto Rico, and you got St. Croix, St. John, and St. Thomas. So they're all pretty close. I can take a boat to Puerto Rico in 10 minutes. I can get over to St. John, St. Croix. So they all like clustered in that little area right there. So Jamaica's like on the other side.
So how's the gospel over there? We'll just we'll start like this. I'm saying, how was the gospel? How do you remember the time you're growing up over there? Are there churches? How is it over there?
Yeah, definitely. They got churches. A big movement in the islands is the 7-day Adventist church.
Oh,
yeah, they're real heavy over there. But the gospel is real. It's real strong over there. People are real passionate. But they still do it in a way that you won't believe, man. I mean, the music, the Caribbean music is still influence in the church, and they don't downgrade it because now we're Christians and we can't really go deep in like that. No, they still bring the calypso. They still bring the Caribbean music still to the church. So it's heavy. So.
Cool. So how did you get involved? How did you come to Christ, bro? We can start like that with your testimony. Like, did you grow up in the church?
Yeah, I grew up in the church. My mom and dad was hardcore Christians. But like I guess any person that had a relationship with their mom and dad, they feel like, you know, I'm being dragged into this relationship.
Right. Forced into it.
Yeah. So, I went to church, but I didn't really have a relationship with God.
Right.
So at the age of 10, 11, I started smoking weed at that age.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
In the States, in Florida.
Yeah, in Florida. I mean, I was around it in the Virgin Islands, easy access. So, but then when I got over here, because it's a bigger place,
Right.
they don't really know your mom and dad so much. In the islands, if you do it there, like, you're easily caught because it's so small, you know.
Oh, okay.
And over here in the States, it's bigger, so you can do a lot more stuff and get away with it. Your parents won't know because they really don't know nobody. So 10, 11, I started smoking weed. I started hanging out with a couple gangs. Yeah, and from, I think, age of 13, in middle school, I was initiated into a gang called Southside Gangsters. And and not to mention, through all this, I was born with a heart defect, and I still was smoking weed and still going in the streets. So at the age of 15, I had my first heart surgery, open heart surgery. And
man.
And I didn't come to Christ then. I came to Christ after I had my heart surgery. I was going back into the streets. I was like, you know, I'm alive. The heart surgery can't kill me, blah, 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 cocky, you know.
Right.
So then I went back in the streets. I didn't smoke as much, but I started drinking. And one night I was drinking, man. I was like, man, I'm tired. I just was physically tired of doing the same thing over and over and over. So I was like, you know what? Let me give this Jesus thing a chance. Let me see what my parents was talking about. I didn't go back to my parents' church. I went to a totally different church. It was a bilingual church because the friend of mine that actually converted me into Christianity, it was my 12th grade, I think my 11th grade year, and I was going into my 12th grade year, and I got kicked out of high school. And so then I had to go to a different high school, and this guy came up to me, and his name is Sammy. And he came up to me and he was like, man, God has a calling on your life, bro. Like, he has a calling. He has a calling on your life. And from right there, I was like, I started going to like a bilingual church, then spoke a lick of Spanish. but I started to like embrace Christ. Like, I wanted it to be a genuine thing. I didn't want it to be like something that my parents or something I heard. I wanted to find Christ for myself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so I immersed myself into this bilingual church, man, and I learned and experienced Christ so much that I just I went cold turkey. I cut everybody off.
Right on, yeah.
Like everybody that I knew, I cut them off, and I just went full on for Christ. And so ever since then, I never looked back.
How was it presented to you, you know what I'm saying, rather than as you said before, you know what I'm saying, like, because a lot of listeners go through that. Maybe there's some listeners right now going through that they're being forced, you know what I'm saying, where they're being forced to go and they don't want to, and that many times draws us away, you know what I'm saying. How were you introduced to that in that bilingual church? How were you introduced to Christ, you know what I'm saying? How did they bring it about?
Well, it's through music. It's through Christian rap. He knew a couple of guys that did local Christian rap, and, you know, he was like, man, you can still be, how he presented it was, you can still be
yourself, right?
Yeah, you can still be yourself. You can still have that little, you know, that little urban feel to you. You don't gotta, you know, you don't gotta change that about you, you know?
Right.
You can still be yourself. You don't have to pretend to be something that you ain't, and still be effective in the kingdom of God. So it was like, when I heard that, I was like, okay, so I don't have to be this, you know, suit wearing,
exactly,
you know, guy. I can be myself. And he presented that way, and man, I think because of that, it drove me to say, man, you know what, if I can do it, and I never thought of doing it just because my parents did it, but if I can do it, then I'm pretty sure a lot of more people that think they can do it, they can do it too. So
that's right. That's revolutionary, man. That what you said. That that's why I go back to it. Like, you know, a lot of people don't come to Christ because they think, you know, because we get that mindset, you know, when the Bible tells us, you know, and it's preached and it's taught to us, you know, lose it all, you know, a whole brand new creation. We are spiritually, you know, we're washed with the blood of Christ. But they think, you know, we have that mindset, like we said a moment ago. We have to change our dress. We have to change our language. Obviously, I'm not talking about profanity, but you know, that little, you know, that little slang. What's going on? What's up, bro? The things like that. You know, people think they have to forsake all that, and it's like that's where there's a misconception. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Paul said it great. He said, "I was zealous before I came to Christ," and he said, "I will remain zealous." You know, so it's like he's not gonna lose his passion because now he follows Christ. He's going to be even more passionate.
That's right.
So that's what we kind of got to look at it like. Don't lose your passion because now you're a Christian, you know, you're a Christian rapper or you're a Christian, whatever you might be, whatever you're good at, you lose you lose your passion because you feel like, well, now I got to tone it down. Now I got to.
Yeah.
That's not God at all. So.
Right, exactly, and that's more like a systematic taught type thing, you know?
Exactly. That's kind of a religious thing, and that
exactly, and that's what the body needs right now, bro. That kind of revolutionary breakthrough where, you know, Christ, you know, salvation is to all. You don't have to change, you know, who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? And you know, as you mentioned that a moment ago, it's important for listeners to hear this, that we are more effective to people and with the talents that we have if we just stay original, man.
Yeah, don't try to be, you know, the next Flame or the next Lecrae, the next Lecrae. You know, be you, be who God told you to be. So He made you, so be yourself.
Exactly.
You know? So.
Exactly, bro. And I want to get right into this. It's cool. You know, always every time we do interviews, things connect. Let's get to your music, man. Like, what made you get to hip hop? You know what I'm saying? Did you do it before? You did it before, and now you just want to, you know, how did that come about?
Yeah, I definitely had a passion for poetry in general, just connecting words, expressing myself. I always used to just write stuff. I had a journal. I don't want nobody to make fun of me about that. You know what I'm saying? I was in the streets with a journal, okay?
All right.
I had a journal, right? So
that's real. That's good.
I used to always write stuff and kind of express myself through words.
All right.
So then I had a group. I had a friend real close to me. His name is Lo. We call him Lo. And he was this guy that he would listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony, and he used to like to rap fast. So we got together when we kicked it in, I think it was middle school.
Yeah.
I think even elementary. We started kicking.
Okay.
We started kicking, and he was like, "Man, you write? Do you rap?" And I was like, "I write. I don't really rap." And he was like, "Well, I got these instrumentals, man. Just come over to my house and see what we can do." So we would go over there and we used to tape on tapes. We would take a tape and we would play the instrumental on a different radio, and we would put the tape in and press rewind. I think it was play, and we would record over, you know, whatever was on the tape, and we you know, make tracks. That's what we was doing. And so we started rapping around that time. And then it got more serious where we started, you know, battle rapping in school. And then we got to a point where we made a group called the Bootleggers, Bootleg Trafficking, because we felt like we was going to revolutionize the industry. You know what I mean? We were going to flood the industry with our style, our flow. And so we had a group. And we started to record at studios and all that. And it started getting a little buzz around, you know, L-Town, because I'm from Lakeland, so we call it L-Town. It started getting a buzz around L-Town. And then right around 11th grade is when I started to perform a little bit with some local artists. And right then is when God switched me.
Oh, okay,
I was completely taken out. So.
Wow. Okay. Right on, man. And when did you start making music for the Lord? You know what I'm saying? After that.
Yeah, it was I think 2004. I started to first I got myself really established in the church, as far as mindset, as far as the understanding of the word, everything. I got myself fully immersed in that. And then
Yeah.
in 2005, I had a group of dudes that Mike Mills, Tony Calabello, David Sahumbing, Sammy Rodriguez, and Ryan Horton. We made this record label called La Familiar Music. I don't know if you're familiar with that or heard of it.
No, I never heard that one.
Yeah, and we made this this label called La Familiar Music, and I put out my first Christian album. It was through that record label called La Familia. It was The Heist, and then I came out with a solo project, which was The Pressure. In 2007, I think 2007, Pressure came out. In 2008, I came out with The Hunger's Back. And then I took a hiatus.
All right.
Took a hiatus for a while.
Okay. Something very important that you mentioned right now. Very important. Maybe right now there are aspiring ministers, aspiring artists, or what have you, and they come to Christ first, and they sometimes want to automatically jump in. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's go do this. But something very important you said right now, man, that you did in your life personally. You said first, before you started doing music, you know what I'm saying, for the Lord, you got established in the Word, right? You got a good understanding. You found your feet upon the rock, built your house upon the rock first, and then you do that. Why? That's super important, man. Super, because some people want to. I've seen it so many times right here. Like I mentioned before in other shows, that I'm working here at the church I'm at. Next to my pastor, I'm a secretary here.
Yeah.
And how many times have I seen it, bro? I've seen it so many times where people come into church, they come on fire for Christ, fresh off the Lord, you know what I mean? It's fresh, brand new, newborn, and they're just, running around back and forth. Hey, let's do this, and then the majority of those people, man, they fall straight to the floor because they didn't have time to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, you hit it right on the head, though. You said newborn, and what do newborns do?
Exactly.
They have to learn to walk. And if you don't know how to walk here, you're going to fall. So that's the big thing. I got my falling out of the way first.
Right.
Until I learn how to walk, and then I learn how to run. And now I'm kind of running marathons. So that's what you have to do that first. You got to learn how to walk, learn how to run, and then you just run a marathon. You keep going. But it's very important, man. If you're not established, and whatever, your passion, whatever comes out of your heart, it ain't going to be really what God wants. It's going to be more of you because you're still not on the level where you should be. So,
man, and that takes time, and it takes process, and it takes polishing, and a lot of people don't understand that, man.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't. They want the limelight. Just
exactly.
Just be honest.
They got it all in reverse.
Yeah, you just gotta be honest. They want to be the next big thing, and they don't want to take the time to learn and the time to grind, the time to understand what truly God has for them. They just want to get out there. So.
And how did you know that, man? I'm sure you had that zeal to make music right when you came to Christ. What made you say, like, okay, I got to slow down? And how did you know what I'm saying? How did you know that?
You mean before I started or after?
No, yeah, after you got saved.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have that innate feeling where you're just like, I'm going to wait for a while? Or did you like feel that same passion, like, I want to do it now, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely wanted to do it now. I did just want to jump in, but I had some strong role models around me that was like, listen, you need to get grounded first.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's important too. I mean, you understand, in the streets you have these people you look up to, these in the gang I was in, they call themselves MSGs, many Southside gangsters, and so you looked up to the bigger gangsters,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, the OGs.
Yeah, the OGs, and so they have that established in the streets. Like, they coach, they disciple their people.
Exactly.
And then when it's on the church where we should be, that should be what we do.
Exactly.
Opposite. We don't want to take no time to pour into the younger generation. We just want to be like, learn on your own. But I was fortunate to have, a couple, a real good role model, real good OG, if you want to call.
Yeah. OGs in Christ. Yeah.
OGs in Christ. I had him in my corner, man, and he wouldn't let me slip.
Wow.
He just told me, you got to get grounded, you got to get the word, you got to pray, you got to fast, you got to know Christ. So.
That's awesome, man. Wow. And actually, biblically speaking, we can call those people elders, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely, yeah. Biblically speaking, yeah, he was an elder, definitely.
Man, does he still counsel you, or where do you get counsel from now?
Yeah, he married me.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Okay, so you still, you have contact with that
Yeah, we're
person.
still in contact, definitely still in contact. He actually married me, and so we're still very much in contact, but definitely.
Oh, okay. Hey, I want to touch upon I'm sorry, what you were gonna say?
No, I'm saying definitely a person to look up to. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. So another thing before I get into another aspect, for all listeners who are listening, you may be a leader, you may be, I don't know if you're a leader in the church. Any listeners, try to do that. What brother SYD said, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to pouring into those who are new, super important, man. That can make a really big difference and an impact, you know what I mean, for the future generation, man. They need role models. That's what the church needs right now. Youngsters that are going to the church, they need real role models, and that's
exactly.
it's powerful. Bro, real quick, like, I want to touch upon your style. You know what I'm saying, you got a powerful style. That's the kind of music I just dig it, man. That's kind of hip hop I dig. It's straight up hardcore. When I first heard Pushing That a while ago on a music submission in Pulse Radio, I was like blown away, man. Pushing That, it has a evangelistic feel to it, you know what I'm saying? Evangelistic message, going out to the streets, pushing that gospel. And then you got another one, man, called on your recent project, your EP, right?
Yeah, Outspoken, my EP, yeah.
Yeah, you got, and I heard that single, it's We Right Here, and that's awesome because you switch from, Pushing That. That single is just bam, bam, bam on the streets, boom. You know what I'm saying? In your face,
Yeah.
And then to We Right Here, more of a relax. You know what I'm saying? And it's still deep though, man. And the reason why I'm saying all this is that you bring forth different styles, man, to the table. In your music. What are you bringing forth in this new project, Outspoken?
Man, Outspoken, I think what Outspoken does, or at least what it did for me, because before I drop, before I make a song, the song touched me before I even record it, before I even, put it on the album. It has to talk to me first. And right. Outspoken was kind of, to me, it was a voice that I think right now in Christian rap, in the industry right now, where so much people are getting away from Christ in the music. I mean, it's like stinking right now. Like, a lot of people don't want to use Christ in the music. And what it did for me is it gave me a mouthpiece to say, look, I'm a Christian.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm a Christian, and this is what I stand for.
Exactly.
And our job as Christians is to disciple. It is to go out there and make disciples. Is to touch people. Is to make people's lives change and bring them to Christ. Is to bring the lost to Christ. And so my music, it touches right on that. It says, man, look, you can stand up, you can be bold, you can be strong as you can for Christ, and you can go out there and disciple people. So.
Exactly, man, and that's what I received from your music, man. That's exactly what I wanted to talk about. That your music brings forth the Great Commission. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That Christ gave in the last chapter of the book of Matthew and Mark, if I'm not mistaken. And exactly what he said. Go out to the nations and make disciples. And it's something that you touched upon very quickly. In the book of Acts, when the apostles got beat up for their faith and they prayed for boldness. They prayed for boldness, and that's something important that you mentioned right now a moment ago, that we can be bold, we should be bold, and that's what you bring forth in your music, man. Because when I heard your music, I was like, wow, this is stirring up that boldness once again in me, not being ashamed of who we are in Christ, you know what I'm saying? And when we shouldn't be ashamed, and it's like what you're saying a moment ago, that sometimes it seems like some, artistry, some people in music are like straying away from that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Also, another thing is not only being bold, but having purpose in every track you do. Like when I sit down and I write a track, is always a purpose behind it. Like I'm speaking to this certain certain category of people that might be struggling with this. Or I'm speaking to this certain category, but I might be struggling with this, you know. So there's always a purpose behind my music. You know, it's not just making tracks to make tracks. It's always a purpose.
Exactly.
What I'm trying to get across to the people right now. So.
Yeah, amen, bro. And what other things do you do in ministry apart from music, bro?
I do a lot of community work. I do a feeding every month. I go out there and feed the homeless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I preach. I do preaching. I'm actually in Bible Institute right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, trying to get my degree and everything in theology and everything. So,
oh, right on.
I preach. I feed the homeless and basically in rap.
Just exactly. Yeah, applying the word on the streets. It's awesome.
Yeah,
man. It's
I mean,
awesome.
yeah, it's. My dad used to always tell me, he said, I'm not here to give you magical words. He said, I'm here to give you words that you can apply to your life.
Exactly.
And so that's something that, you know, I want to give through my music. I'm not giving, you know, a good track. I'm giving words that you can apply to your life to change your life. So.
Exactly, and that is what the Word of God is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to make God like mystical, you know. I don't know. I mean, he's mysterious. I don't know. We don't understand. He's God, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
There are no words to describe him. But, you know, there's an interesting, I don't know who said it. I don't remember where, when, what, how, I don't know. But I do remember this, that there's someone said, a great preacher or something, he said, God sent Jesus to this world, obviously to save us, no? And also to make his word applicable, to make God easier to understand, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
And a lot of people try to bring forth God like not understandable, you know, like you can't grasp him. But like you said, you know what I'm saying, that God, and it's interesting what your father said, man, that, you know, I don't need to explain to you big mysterious oracles.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
And that's another thing that sometimes people don't want to come to Christ because they say, no, you know, sometimes people bring them forth very complicated and you know, mystical, mysterious, but no, man, it's applicable. You know, God's word is applicable for the common man, for all humanity, and that's what it's about, you know.
Yeah, it's simple.
Exactly. Amen, bro. That's awesome. Yeah, so we got about like 3 more minutes left. Time just flies, bro. Time just goes by so fast. All right, bro. So any last words you got to say? Also, links to your music, website, or anything? Yeah. So listeners know where to get your music.
Yep. I got a new single coming out. Find Me, December the 18th. It's available on iTunes and all major digital retailers. You can get the Outspoken album at sbsmusiclabel.com. It's free, so I mean that's music. If you think the album was, you know, pretty dope and the songs was dope, then, you know, I would definitely take advantage of free. I don't know a person that don't like.
Yes, sir.
You like free?
Yes, sir.
I like free.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's definitely free. So definitely
Can you repeat that website?
Yeah, sbsmusiclabel.com.
All right.
Like I said, it's free. So.
All right.
Yeah,
go get it. Let's go get it.
Yeah, but I do have some singles coming in stores very soon. I'm excited about them, so you definitely want to check out. If I was you, I'll be on the lookout for Find Me. It's definitely a dope track, man.
Awesome. Okay, any last words, brother?
Yeah, definitely, man. My last words for listeners, man, is to follow Christ in every aspect of your life.
Amen.
Wherever he takes you, follow him. God has plans, and it ain't to hurt us; it's to prosper us. So,
yes, sir.
In that mindset, you know, wherever he tells you to go is because he wants you to be there. And so, man, if anybody is inspiring to be, you know, a Christian rapper, anybody's inspiring to be a Christian singer, put Christ first, and very important too. Don't just sign to any label, man. Make sure the person that you're with has the same mindset as you.
Yes, sir.
I can say for my label, SBS, I know the owner. You know, I know him. Mike has a heart for the same thing I does.
Yes, sir.
So when I come with a song that's it's all about that. I'm not gonna go redo it. I'm gonna get
right.
That's the song right there. We got to put out. That's gonna fit people. So it's important, man. If you're looking to be, a Christian artist, make sure you find the right label. It's important, very important.
Wow, awesome. Very important counseling right there. Good information. SYD, shouts out to SBS Music Label. Catch his music. All right here. We're in Spiritual Insights. We out. Peace.
Thought I was gonna lose myself and lose control. You put me in that box, I don't think so. I'm representing everything they fighting for. So come and find me. I'm a renegade, homie, that deep talk. Penetrate, homie, your deep heart. Screw me like man, still gonna regulate. Christian and not, are you just gonna perpetrate? When you talking like that, should be talking about souls. You just talking about rap. And nobody knew, still won't pretend.